It takes a village to raise a child.
सेल्फ केयर इंस्टाग्राम की वजह से बहुत ही ओवर अब्यूज हो गया है. द पोस्टपार्टम डिप्रेशन डजंट कम विद एन एक्सपायरी डेट. यू नीड टू बी अवेयर, यू नीड टू एक्सेप्ट इट, यू नीड टू ट्रीट इट. आपको सपोर्ट मिल रहा है, वेल एंड गुड, अमेजिंग. और अगर नहीं सपोर्ट मिल रहा है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप वो सफ़र करके बैठ जाओ.
Hi, welcome to yet another episode of Seeds of Soul. Today, we are delighted to welcome Zahra, a multi-talented mom and influencer. With her fun insights on parenting, lifestyle, and fitness, she brings the zing to today's episode. Today, we are going to talk to her about a very important topic, that is postpartum health. Did you know that she is also recognized as Woman Influencer of the Year? Can you imagine the wealth of experience and empathy that she will bring to this discussion? With that in mind, I am thrilled to welcome Zahra. Zahra, thank you so much for taking time out to join us on Seeds of Soul.
Thank you so much. That's such a lovely introduction.
It's a
And
pleasure.
glad to be here. Like you said, we're going to talk about a very, very important topic, which is postpartum health and
Yes.
depression. So, yeah.
And given the fact that you have a 7-month-old baby,
Correct.
and you have a 7-month baby and also baby boy and a 7-year-old girl.
Correct. So I have two kids. My girl is 7 years old and my baby boy is 7 months old.
Wow! So you have double the experience, right? Can I say that in hindsight?
Double the experience, double the chaos.
That's interesting. So, often in our society, postpartum health is much neglected. And you have done a recent series on how, you are trying to reclaim your health and body through fitness.
Correct.
So, could you shed some light on that, on your journey?
I wish there was like a brief answer to this, but I'll try my best to keep it short. It is really difficult to manage all the aspects of life as a woman, whether it's your home, kids, fitness, career, being a
Absolute.
wife. But I guess what has worked for me is setting priorities. And the priorities change every day. That's something which is very important. A woman needs to understand. Like some days your work is important, some days your kids are important, some days your house is the priority. So
Correct.
you need to accept that the priorities change day wise. That's something which has helped me. Secondly,
That
time.
no 2 days can look alike.
Exactly, no 2 days can look alike. So beating up yourself every day like, oh my god, I didn't do this for my kids and I didn't do this for my house, that's not going to work. There are days which are going to be different, and we need to accept that. Then time management. I stick by planning and time management to the T. Like I do not even waste like I guess 1 minute. I'm like on the go because I have chosen this. I want to do many things in life, and
Correct.
that's
Content
how-
creation is not
It's
is
not
not a
easy.
joke. It's not easy. That's
it's
for
not
sure.
easy.
Yes.
Like people think we just pick up the phone and we're like, okay, done.
No,
it's-
no, it takes a lot of foresight, lot of planning, and because now that I'm on the other side, I can only attest to the hard work that goes behind it. So of course, managing everything and content creation is definitely not easy.
Correct. And the last thing which I was going to say, which helps me to basically do what I want to do, is a very solid support system back at home. That support system can be your husband, your in-laws, external help through domestic staff. So these things have helped me to basically
Find some sanity.
find some sanity, or basically organize my chaos, let's put it that way.
That's very well said. So, from a personal experience, I can say that when I had my son, I was in shambles when it came to mental health. Okay, so I remember that so clearly because that is as good as yesterday, though it happened 10 years back. But my mental health went for a solid kick. So how did you manage that around? How do you balance your mental health, and how do you take care of yourself on that aspect?
During my when I delivered my daughter, I didn't experience postpartum depression, but this time around, after delivering my son, for a couple of months, I did experience postpartum depression, and I'm not like mention that on my platform, but when I have one-to-one conversations or other interviews, I'm pretty open about it. So I did face a difficult time after delivering my son, and I guess firstly being aware that something is not right, that's the first step. Awareness and acceptance that okay, my mental health is somewhere not okay. That really helps to basically at least start the journey towards correcting your mental health.
True.
And that's what I did. I accepted it, and thereon then I took various steps. There is no one step. You have to do many things to get things in the right place. So yeah,
correct. We often hear about the challenges of postpartum depression, but there are certain key aspects that are not discussed. What are your views on that front?
I feel your family or friends think that this will last only for like those 40 days. We have that 40 days period. Correct. And they feel after 40 days it's like, okay, now enough of this crying and all, get back to your groove. But people don't understand this can last for a few months, or even if not treated properly or if not taken proper steps, it can go on for years without you even realizing that you are lost. Agree more. You are lost in this whole thing. Correct. So the postpartum depression doesn't come with an expiry date.
It doesn't.
It doesn't come with an expiry date. You need to be aware, you need to accept it, you need to treat it, and you will have to sit down with your family and say, there is something wrong. I feel I'm going through this and I want your support, and they need to basically be on this,
on the same page
with you. And like I said before also, they need to understand it doesn't come with an expiry date.
Correct.
You have to tell them, I don't know when this is going to get over. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to seek help, but I need y'all
to
support me in this journey.
Correct. It takes a village to raise a child, right? So how much do you think that adage is true?
Today, of course, it is true. So like when my daughter was born, I was staying in a joint family, and I had my in-laws, my brother-in-law, and I feel bringing up my daughter was much easier. Those initial months were much easier, but now I stay in a nuclear family, so I can feel the difference that I do not have that much of a support system. Having said that, of course, my in-laws help me out, but they are not staying with me, so it gets
a little, yes.
But absolutely, you require a village to raise a child, and find your village. It can be your family, friends, external help, but you cannot do everything on your own. Don't try to be a superwoman. Ask for help. That's what I tell people, that ask, not people, that's what I tell mothers, that ask for help.
For help, you need to be able to understand and be in touch with your own emotions, right? And you need to understand, and in that mood, in that depression, it can be sometimes very difficult to articulate. So when a child is born, a mother is also born. But is it true that a father is also born? Because where I'm going with this question. Job of a husband is to hold the emotional space for the wife in the initial few months. Some women are lucky, okay? And I would love to know about your journey on that front. And also, what would be your advice be to those women who are not having that kind of emotional support at home, and what can they do about it?
So, well, in my case, I was lucky. touch wood, that the period when I went through this, it was actually first 5.5, 6 months when I went through this, you know, the postpartum depression period. My husband was there as a solid support, though he was my punching bag. Like anything used to happen, I used to like just, oh, like it's
I
because
think I'll just put a note here that all men need to understand that they will be punching back for the initial 5 to 6 months, and they need to hold that emotional space for their wives. This is
correct,
this
and
is the
that's,
biggest
yeah,
advice, if
correct.
at all, that I would like to give out to all our male viewers, at least, you know, who are tuning in today.
So, in fact, you read my mind. That was my answer, that they need to understand and accept that the next few months after the baby comes, if your wife is going through the hormonal imbalance which leads to postpartum depression, you are going to be the punching bag, and you need to understand
That
that.
it's always your fault.
Yeah, and you need to understand that, like the husband needs to understand that the mother is going to act irrational.
Yes.
The hormones are making her do that.
Yes.
She's not a bad person, it's the hormones. So basically understanding that though a mother would look calm on the outside, but inside it's an absolute chaos, and she's not able to basically make anyone understand what she's going through, and that's where the emotional support comes in. And I have been very lucky. My husband understood this. Also, why he understood it, because I told him, I sat him down, I said that I am going through something. This is not me. You know that this is not me. And I am going through certain things which are not in my control. So like, my brain is telling me, Zahra, don't do this, you are acting irrational, and you know, but just it just comes out, or I just have an instant reaction. That's what postpartum depression is, where you feel that there are two people inside. One is the rational one who is saying that don't do this, this is not required,
Yeah,
this
you
is
don't
not
have-
you.
yeah.
And then the irrational one is like just blurting out things.
Correct.
I had a very clear conversation with him, and from there on, he was rock solid with me. So that is really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the job of a husband in the for a mother is to actually offer her emotional support, so that, you know, she can then from there on she can take care of. I think she can conquer mountains and you know, do anything.
But you know, I would like to mention this, that of course their job is this, but our job is to tell them that this is what is happening and ask for that help.
Correct.
Because we need to understand, men work on a different wavelength.
Correct.
They will not understand this on their own. We all know, right? Like, men and women are on different wavelength when it comes to emotions and understanding. We are made in a certain
Way. Yes.
right?
Yes.
But if you do not ask for it, how are they going to know better?
Correct. Correct.
So it's a teamwork.
It's a teamwork.
Yeah.
Correct. So every journey is unique, right? But हर एक किसी माँ को कभी कभार इतने इमोशनल हो जाते हैं हम कि हमें समझ ही नहीं आता कि हम अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस कैसे करें. करेक्ट. सो ऐसे क्या सिम्टम्स हैं या क्या साइंस हैं जो हम एक एक न्यू मदर अपने आप को बता सकती है, जिसको जो कि एक ब्लैक एंड वाइट साइंस है कि दैट कि ओके दिस इज मीन्स दैट आई नीड टू आस्क फॉर हेल्प. तो ऐसे कुछ साइंस या कुछ ऐसे सिम्टम्स हैं विच यू थिंक दैट विल बी लाइक ओके दिस इज I need to now ask for help?
Okay, so this is a very broad topic. The symptoms are endless, but I'll just try to pinpoint certain symptoms. One being you're crying for no reason.
Yep.
Okay. Now, first 40 days होता है, लोग रोते हैं, but then after a certain point you are crying like a lot. That's one of the symptoms which I feel happened with me.
Correct.
Okay. Second is you are not feeling connected to your child. Third is you're not feeling connected to your husband. You just feel as a couple things have fallen apart.
The world, as you know, has completely fallen apart. That's the kind of feeling. Yes.
Correct. And then sometimes you just feel that you are not doing enough, you're not prepared for this, you were not prepared for this child, I'm not a good mother. So these are certain things, don't quote unquote, like I said, it's a very very vast thing,
yeah.
and it cannot be just like taken lightly that okay, I'm crying means I have postpartum depression. That's why I'm saying it's very vast, so don't quote unquote me. But these are certain things, and you yourself will understand that this is not like the normal crying, or this is not like a normal thing. There is something amiss with me.
Correct.
So that self-awareness will automatically hint you that something is,
that you need
yeah,
to ask for help.
correct.
So, as a two-time mom, you have said that you have a daughter and you have a son. Just wanted to understand that how confident did you feel about motherhood the second time around?
Um, this is really ironic, but second time around, I feel motherhood was more difficult than the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
so?
Because second time around, there are more responsibilities.
Yeah.
You have the biggest responsibility is you have your first child. You wouldn't want that child to, suddenly feel that mom, dad have like another child, and I'm not like,
Not given that importance.
correct. So you are constantly juggling between a newborn and your first child. That was the tough part for me.
Correct.
But yeah, after a few months, I guess you just get into the groove, and you just get used to the chaos, and yeah, that's about it. I don't think so there is any manual for motherhood where you say
There is none.
okay, this is this is how this is going to go, and this is the journey, and the next month this is going to happen. I guess you just, when you're a second time mom, you just surrender to the process and to the chaos,
Yeah.
and get used to it.
I think that's a very good answer. Just surrender to the chaos
Yeah.
and own it, and
Correct.
learn every day from, and understand that no 2 days are same, and yes, and put one foot in front of the other. I think that is the best way forward. So we were talking about ki professional help. Okay, so it is very difficult, right? कि जिसके अराउंड इतना सारा टैबू है, okay, which is such a hush topic. भाई कोई उठ के नॉर्मल लोग थेरेपी नहीं जा पाते हैं, तो एक न्यू मॉम जिसके ऊपर वैसे ही जो कि इतनी इमोशनली ओवरवेल्म्ड है, वो उठ के जाके प्रोफेशनल हेल्प कैसे सीख करेगी? आई मीन it is so difficult, I mean, to just take that first step for her. So what are your thoughts on that?
So see, I am going to be very blunt with my answer. There are only two things which can happen. पहले आप अपने जाके फैमिली से बात कीजिए कि ये सब हो रहा है and I need a professional help. Okay? So उसमें दो चीज़ हो सकती है, your family will be supportive or your family will not be supportive. Now if your family is supportive, great. If your family is not supportive, you have to be strong and you have to say ठीक है, मेरे को support नहीं है, but this is my life, and अगर मैं अपनी ये प्रॉब्लम को नहीं एड्रेस करूँगी, सिर्फ मेरी लाइफ चेंज नहीं होएगी. इट्स रिलेटेड टू माई चाइल्ड, माई फैमिली, माई हस्बैंड, कपल, एवरीथिंग. तो फिर वो आपको चीज़ें अपने हाथ में लेनी पड़ेगी.
करेक्ट.
आपको सपोर्ट मिल रहा है, वेल एंड गुड, अमेजिंग. और अगर नहीं सपोर्ट मिल रहा है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप वो सफ़र करके बैठ जाओ. I guess no, you have to stand up for yourself. So
Yeah.
for me, the answer is only like this or this.
Okay.
Support है, अच्छी बात है. नहीं support है तो भी आपको
You have
help
to take
लेनी है.
matters into
You
your own
have to
hand.
take matters in your hand.
So, as a new mom, self-care is also a part of the postpartum health.
Correct.
Okay. So, how does one take care of that aspect of their mental health? Because when you have a newborn, the responsibility of being a new mother, forget about self-care. One cannot sleep also, right? Sleep also takes a back seat. So, how does one, prioritize self-care in those trying, difficult months?
फर्स्टली मुझे लगता है सेल्फ केयर इंस्टाग्राम की वजह से बहुत ही ओवर अब्यूज़ हो गया है. A new mother needs to understand that the first few months आप नहीं कर सकते हो सेल्फ केयर. मतलब it is not possible. You have to accept it that okay, the first 2-3 months it's going to be difficult. जैसे आपने बोला शायद ना शांति से नहाने का भी टाइम नहीं मिलता है. So accept कि ये परमानेंट नहीं है. आई एम गोइंग थ्रू अ फेज. और आप सिर्फ इंस्टाग्राम पे अगर देख रहे हैं कि ओ दिस न्यू मदर इज डूइंग दिस और दिस न्यू मदर इज डूइंग दिस, they might be able to do it. You see your situation and accept it. And the key to self-care is patience. Your time will come where you feel things will settle down and then you will get time for self-care. क्योंकि सिर्फ बोलने के लिए कि मैं सेल्फ केयर करूँ एंड देन यू आर लाइक ओ माई गॉड मैं कैसे करूँगी, मेरा बच्चा इधर है, माई हस्बैंड इज़ नॉट देयर. वैसे नहीं होना चाहिए. आप रेडी होने चाहिए वो सेल्फ केयर के लिए. And that's when you will enjoy it. And self-care is important, but मेरा बोलने का point है, just don't get carried away with this whole self-care thing. Take time. I took 4 months, and that's when I decided to start my fitness journey. Now 4 months is soon, but I have an amazing support system, touch wood. If you are someone who is managing things on your own, take a little longer. आपकी लाइफ है, ठीक है.
और ये कोई रेस थोड़ी है.
कोई रेस नहीं है.
Correct.
आप 7-8 महीने बाद कर लेना जब हो जाएगा. हाँ, बट इग्नोर मत करो अपनी हेल्थ को.
True.
Self care is also being happy. Okay, it starts with small steps like being happy. Today I just want to have a cup of coffee alone. That's also self-care. Self-care is not just कि मैंने एक facial करा लिया, मैंने hair wash करा लिया, कि मैं I started my fitness journey and like I'm like it's not that. Self-care is happiness. Today you just एक सुकून से एक कप चाय पीना भी self-care है.
Correct.
So find your self-care and enjoy it. And self-care will come with patience.
So, speaking of fitness journey, how has your journey been and what kind of message would you like to give out to new moms?
My fitness journey has been tough, okay? My fitness journey has been tough. I put on 35 kgs in my pregnancy.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and I've been very, very open about it on Instagram. I am not like hidden whatever is here. I take proper दूर के angles also, close-ups also. Everyone knows how I'm looking, how I used to look, how I look now, and I come on camera very, very confidently. So accepting your postpartum body. Secondly, then taking steps towards being a fitter you, and realizing this is going to be a very slow journey. Because postpartum weight loss is not like any other weight loss. You are dealing with hormones, you are dealing with healing. There are many aspects of postpartum weight loss. So you need to understand all of that and keep patience. Yeah.
So, how soon can somebody start on their fitness journey and how much do you think nutrition plays a role in that?
How soon someone can start that? Totally, many factors are involved in that actually. Whether you've had a normal delivery or C-section, whether you used to work out before or no. Like I said, I started at 4 months postpartum, which is a little soon, but I have been working out since I was 15 years of age.
Okay.
That's more than half of my life.
Correct.
So my body is used to certain sort of physical movement. My body has that muscle memory. So today if I go to the gym, it's like a mundane task for my body.
Correct.
You know, so it depends on what your fitness level is at that time. You need to get a go ahead from your doctor. And nutrition, oh my god, of course, nutrition is so important. It is said that in a weight loss journey, it is 70% nutrition and 30% workout. And I tell people, please do not self-train or take up a self-diet. Like you just see something and you're like, oh, you know, I'm just going to do intermittent fasting or I'm just going to do keto. No, there are professionals. You need to go to a professional nutritionist because he or she is going to understand what is missing in your body, what you require, and also more so now that you are a mother, you need to take care of your health properly so that you can take care of that little one and you can take care of the family.
True,
Yeah.
true. Thank you so much, Zahra. Just wanted to know if there are any tips that you would like to give out to new moms who would want to start on their fitness journey.
Absolutely. So the first thing is you need to be sure that you are ready to start your postpartum fitness. Second thing, please get a go ahead, a green signal from your doctor.
Correct.
Third thing, and this is non-negotiable for me, please go to a professional nutritionist because he or she will know what to give you as a new mother, because here you're dealing with hormones as well. As a parting message, I would like to address all the new moms that please hang in there. It's a phase, it will get over soon. I know right now you must be feeling that life is super tough. It is, but you will be out of this soon. And yeah, just be happy, take care of yourself. Being a mom is not an excuse not to be healthy. In fact, it is a reason to take care of yourself, because that little child is depending on you, your family is depending on you. You are the pillar of the family of your children. So please, please take care of your health, whether it's mental health or physical health, and stay happy.
Thank you so much, Zahra, for taking time out to join us today on Seeds of Soul and enriching us on a very important topic. And I'm sure that, like me, a lot of other parents have been enriched by this discussion. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much for having me.